Hello and welcome to Michelle's Life on Repeat. It has been 2 months since I have had my radio frequency nerve ablation. And if you haven't seen those videos, I will put them at the end of the video and you can click on them and see what I went through, how my experience was, and all that jazz. My name is Michelle. I have chronic illness, primarily in the form of chronic migraines. I do get a variety of migraines. I'm one of those lucky ones. It's not just one kind, it's multiple kinds of migraines. I also have made videos about those, but I also struggle with a form of arthritis in my neck, a little bit in my neck, and also I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME, which is it's a long name I can never pronounce. But those are the primary things that I struggle with daily. And as you can see probably in this video, one of my eyes, I forget which one it is, I think it's my left eye. It is my hemiplegic migraine side. So that is the side of me that when I have a hemiplegic migraine, I lose strength, function. It appears as if I might be having a stroke. Sometimes people get a drooping of their mouth. Their facial muscles just go weaker. I get my left leg that goes out on me, and occasionally the left arm will go out on me. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Just pointing out the fact that yes, I do have 2 different shaped eyes today. They do bounce back, but I am moving forward and doing life, because you got to keep moving even if your body's dragging along trying to keep up with you. And so I wanted to update you that here on my channel I talk mostly about orchids, because those are my distractions from all forms of chronic pain that I deal with. And when my hands are busy and my mind is busy, I'm just not thinking about the pain as much. So that is my distraction of choice. But I also make videos periodically about different migraines on the migraine spectrum, and fibromyalgia, and also chronic fatigue syndrome. I also talk about procedures that I have had or will have. So you might see a couple of those on my channel. But what I do is I like to weave life as it is thrown at you into who I am and how I present myself. So even if I'm talking about an orchid and an orchid video, I might share about life and a struggle I'm having. That's just who I am, keeping it real. It's not always going to be all about the one thing. It's not the one and done with me. It is a variety of things, because like humans, we are made up of a lot of components. Getting back to my radio frequency nerve ablation, I had it 2 months ago. I had it on the 9th of November. Yep, I had to go back in my mind. 9th of November. And they performed it on my C2, C3 vertebrae, where I also struggle with arthritis. Now, the primary reason why my neurologist ordered me to have this procedure done was because I was getting some intense occipital neuralgia migraines, where it would go behind the eye, up the scalp, and occasionally through the jaw. And they also were having, or I was having, vestibular based migraines that were generating through the lower brain stem. So what he would do, my neurologist, to break that cycle that my migraine was in after like 3 or 4 days, I would get nerve block injections into the base of the skull and up here, and it would numb it and take that pain down for a week or so. So after we had done a few of those, he said I was probably a good candidate for a nerve ablation, where they actually go in the vertebrae under radio frequency guided instruments and a big TV screen, where they are x-raying you right on the spot, and they precision target the nerves that go up the medial and the branch that goes up of nerves, and also the lesser branch. They target those nerves by pulsing a frequency at the nerve and deadening it, kind of like cauterizing. And so I have that done, and I am here to say that I have had zero, yes, you heard me right, I've had zero occipital migraines. I am so thankful. So I was typically getting 20 to 22 is my average monthly set of migraines. Not all of those migraines are occipital or hemiplegic or migraine with aura that's just generated from the weather. So having that procedure quickly put a lid on and squash down the quantity of migraines. And since that procedure, I have only had probably 10 to 15 in the 2 months migraines, and they were all weather based. A storm coming in, the winds spiking up, all things out of my control. And so I am so excited to report 100%. I have had 100% success at alleviating occipital migraines because of that procedure. Now I'm 2 months in. Some people get weeks only of relief, some get months, some get years. I am pushing for the year mark if I can get that. The procedure itself was done on both sides of my neck, and I am right hand dominant, and that side my doctor said would be more tender most likely. And in true nature, my body is an odd thing, but the left side never numbed up. It never felt like I had anything done to it. I can touch it. I can feel every sensation when I run my fingers up and down it. I can put hot and cold. I can feel all that. Whereas the right hand side, immediately for the first week, it was severely numbed up for about 3 or 4 inches from where they did the incisions up into the bottom base of the skull. And it was glorious. And I scrubbed my hair and still couldn't feel that side. And I would say it is 50% less numb, but there still is a numbness to it. I can get these odd sensations like there's an itch in there, and I itch it and I realize I can't feel, and the itch, the scratching doesn't relieve the itch feeling. So it's quite odd, but it is still numb on the right hand side. And I am very, very thankful and happy to report that for me, so far at 2 months, we are in a success. Now, other people get these procedures done, not necessarily here, but you can get them at any other place along your spine where nerves are firing off and screaming and causing you frequent pain. So, if you have not looked into it, or your doctor may have suggested it, and you're like, I don't know about that, it sounds scary, I am here to say that it was a delight to have it done. It was not painful. It was the worst part was anticipating the unknown. I worked myself up all kinds of anxious and frazzled, but there was no pain involved in it. Everything while I was on the table getting the procedure done was done very professionally, and the doctor, the moment I said, oh, that hurts, or I can feel a little something, he quickly added more lidocaine so that it didn't bother me. So I encourage you, check with your doctors, and I will give you another report in 2 more months at the 4-month mark. Thank you for checking out my channel today. I wish you wellness and I wish you peace, and until we talk again, bye-bye.